I recently rewatched this movie called Time Trap, and I wanted to make a video about it. Specifically, I wanted to make a video about how much time has passed in this cave, or in the real world and not in this cave, right? Very kind of hard to understand. Well, let me tell you about the movie first. It's about some kids who go looking for their archaeological teacher or professor, teacher Hopper, that went looking for his parents in a cave like 2 days ago. No one heard from him, so they're gonna go search for him. They get there, they see his truck, so they're pretty sure that he went into this cave. So they go in this cave. They propel downwards from the entrance where they're the hole in the mountain. And when they're down there, they hear some noises. I think they hear some voices or something like that. And they don't like it. So they try to climb back up, but the rope breaks. And then they look at the rope because it had fallen down, and they think that somebody cut it. So, they're scared already. But as they're like, okay, we have to find a way to get out of here. So they just start, trying to find a different way out of there, which, makes them explore the cave. And then things starts happening. One of the first things that happens is, well, they find their friend that stayed up, that didn't propel downwards. They find him in a different part of the cave, and it looks like he fell through a different hole that went into the cave and died, pretty much. But then at that time, they have a video of his GoPro, and it's they check it and they see that somebody else was there, but they can't see the person. He's making weird sounds and stuff, so it's definitely not English. I think it was subtitled as old music or something like that. Okay, and old music. And then I'm trying to remember what the time frame stuff was. Okay, so the main big part that happened was that the lady, one of the girls, starts climbing out of the cave, and when she gets out of the cave, the whole world, which was all forests and stuff like that, is all desert dirt. So it looks like the mountains are still there, but like the rock features of the mountains, no grass, no trees, nothing like that, all dirt, like a wasteland. And then there's this huge storm that looks like the storm in the Mummy movies, where it's just covering the whole, as far as you can see, right? I wouldn't say the whole world, but as far as you can see, which is not supposed to be happening because it's like a forest place. And then she sees a spaceship inside the sky too, so that's kind of throwing her off. And she comes back down, and then what's funny is she was up. She comes back down, and the people that are there, that her friends, they're like, "Hey, why you were up there for like 2 seconds?" And then she's like, "No, I was up there for more than half an hour." And they're like, "No, you weren't." So they look at their GoPros, both of them, they compare them, and they're just like, "What? I don't get this." But they come to the conclusion that this inside the cave, time is passing differently than outside the cave, right? So they don't know how fast. I didn't even know how fast when I was watching the movie, but they think that, okay, so if they look up, they can see the sun, right? Like, light from the sun. And every 1 to 2 seconds, like 1,000, 2 1,000, probably like a second and a half, the sun goes and disappears, right? So like say every 2 seconds, okay? So 1,000, 2 1,000, it had disappeared and came back. So they're like, okay, every 2 seconds is a day, which means that every 360 seconds is a year, right? So how many minutes is 360 seconds? 5. I think that's like 6 minutes, okay? So every 6 minutes is a year. And they're like, oh, okay, that's crazy. Like, man, they would be really old by that time already, right? And like 1 hour, that's times 10. 60 minutes equals a year. Wait, so 6 minutes is a year. 60 minutes is 10 years. So for every hour, 1 hour equals 10 years. Okay? So if they're in there for 5 hours, that equals 50 years, which really sucks. When I thought about that in my head, it did not make me happy. But I don't remember if they find out right then or like in a little bit. They've come to find out that every 2 seconds when the sun goes away and disappears, it's not a day. It's the sun is moving from left to right, kind of like, okay, so within that 1 second, like 1/1000 when the light is there, the sun went around the earth 365 times. And what's happening is, you know how like the sun changes where it's at in the sky, where it rotates in the sky? Basically it does like one cycle, right? Like where it rotates in the sky in 1 year. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Something like that. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I don't know. I can't even explain it, so I might not even get it myself. But basically every 2 seconds is 1 year. So with that math, that's a little crazier. So 2 seconds equals 1 year. So then 60 seconds, right? 1 minute equals 30 years. Wow, 1 minute, 30 years. So then 60 minutes equals, that's times 60, is 600, 1800 years. Wait, right? Am I right? 2 zeros, 18. Yeah, holy crap. That's the case. That is crazy. So if they're in there for 3 hours, right? 60 minutes, 3 hours times 3 hours equals, what's 1800 times 3? That's oh my god, I'm gonna do 18 times 3, which is 30. 3 times 8 is 16, 24, 54. So 54. 4,500. Yeah, that's right. 4,500 years. Yeah, that's crazy. I think they're in there for 6 years, so we're gonna times by 2. So it's about 9,000 years. Man, I don't even know what, technology and stuff would be in 9,000 years if you ever looked at the evolution of technology and stuff. But that's pretty much what I was trying to get at in this video that I didn't even do the math for. I literally did it right now. Was that how many years passed since they've been in there? And from my calculations, Stephen Hawking, looks like 9,000 years. And that kind of makes sense because by that time they said that humans changed. And technology they have spaceships, so space ships, and they have colonies inside space. Colonies inside space. Oh yeah, and they don't make it out. Spoilers alert, obviously, but they don't make it out. It's kind of really weird to explain, but pretty much an alien comes down. It is not that different from humans. And he does something like collecting the water of the fountain of youth. Pretty funny. But then after that, tentacles kind of come down or whatever, grab them, pull them up, and then it just goes blank. They wake up in this like hot tub that is probably like the fountain of youth water. So whoever was dead is alive now because I guess it can heal people, which is really weird. I want to see what the future looks like for this movie. What a sequel will look like. They should definitely make that. That would be awesome. But they show a glimpse of the aliens, but they don't look like humans. They look like if humans were reptilians and they had like a crown in their head, kind of like their bone structure was a crown, and then they have like long fingers and stuff like that. So it's like a reptilian and the green aliens, but the reptilian skin is a little bit smoother, but still has all the little bumps. Some weird stuff like that. So yeah, so basically if you ever seen this movie, my calculations were that they were in there for 9,000 years. Maybe I'll do another video on how technology could change in 9,000 years. That would be pretty crazy, but cool. If you guys like this, I hope you guys give it a thumbs up. That would be super awesome. And subscribe, maybe. I'm not sure. All right, bye.